human resource management system, full CRUD operations performed on this system. So as you can see, this is the dashboard. Yeah, it is keeping track of the information that you have in the database, and it is dynamic. So based on the number of employees, users, performance, it is also able to keep track of that. So on my navigation system here, you have content management, categories, blogs. So this is the one which is helping you to manage categories and blogs. So you also have user management system. So this is users, roles, permission. As you can see, this is the heart of this system, because this is a role-based authentication system. So meaning it is the HR or other partners must see. So as an admin, you have full privileges to the system, and you can also assign what others must see on the other panel. So for example, if you assign that employers must only see or view users and view categories and view blogs only, meaning that's the only thing that employers have access to. They can't do other things apart from that. So we also have the HR panel. So the HR panel has also full access control to the system, but that is determined by the roles that have been permitted to be performed by the HR. That is from the chief administrator. So you also have Hrms-Crud Operation, and in the Hrms-Crud Operation you have a number of modules. So you have employees, you have attendance, you have loans, you have leave, payrolls, performance training, department. So these are actually some of the services which are handled by the human resource. You keep track of attendance, you keep track of loans for those requesting for loans. You also keep track for leave, those wants to be on leave. As you can see here, just for each to load. Yes, we're also keeping track. So it is also showing the status. Has that leave request been approved, or is it still pending, or is it rejected? So you also have payrolls. So with payrolls, this is the one now managing payments at the organization. So this is also the one which is also giving access for employers to download their payslips from the front end after they send a request. The HR sees that and approves that, and they also have access to that. So you also have performance. This is keeping performance for the organization, how the organization is performing. Is there something that needs to improve and work on? So you also have trainings. Yes, it happens that the organization, you may need to train some individuals. So it is showing in which areas were they trained and which skills did they acquire. So you also have departments. So this is just the number of departments that you have at the organization. The manager also for that particular and department and the name of an employer. Yeah, this is all about the system. So what problem are we trying to solve here? Well, at most of main organizations, small, medium, there is a lot of paperwork just for them to manage employees. Departments is full of paperwork, and that consumes time. The world is shifting into a digital world. We need systems that can be used to automate various services. So when we talk of loan request, instead of you seeing the HR specifically as a per individual, you go and see him in the office. Why can't you use the system? You apply for a loan using the system and send the request to the HR so that the HR can approve that. That is one problem that we are trying to solve here. Then you also have payrolls. Yes, at the organization, you also need to pay the number of employees that you have at the organization. Instead of doing that manually, you know all those things. why can't you use the system just to use it once, and that once you click the system and it pays all the employees that need to be paid at that particular time? Then you also have loans. Those applying for loans, someone wants to get a loan, but instead of seeing the HR, those stuffs, you also use the same system. You apply for a loan, then you send requests to the HR, and the HR will be able to approve that. Then performance. It is also keeping track of performance. How are you performing as an organization? Is there somewhere where you need to improve or need to work on? Also have trainings, as I already mentioned about training, keeping track of individuals that were trained, or those individuals that need to be trained, and in which areas were they trained, which skills did they acquire. Then departments is keeping track of the departments that we have. Then you also have here user management. This is the heart that manages everything. This is all about the human resource management system, but this is not the complete system, because there's a lot of things that need to be incorporated in this system for it to work seamlessly and to achieve the goals. Rather, for demonstration purposes and for this is for now what we have. It's a full human resource management CRUD system, the backend system.